What's up, family? I'm Real Mike Rob. Make sure you tuning in to the 3-Point Conversion Radio. They got all of it, and they keep it funky. Let's get it.
Yo, what up? What up? What up? Man, Mr. Controversy, did you miss me? I'm not doing this by myself. Of course, I've got my guy, Maceo, to the right. What up, dog?
What a time, baby. What a time. What a time we are in. Let's go, man. I'm ready. Let's go.
What's up, man? Why are you so excited, man?
It just, man, you peruse the internet. You're on Beyonce internet. Summer workouts are going on. I've been spring and summer cleaning. Just the decluttering phase. Kids out of school now. Just what a time, man. What a time. Summer. Once we get to Memorial Day, basically summer is right around the corner. So, man, what a time.
Yeah, and you're good because in about 2 weeks, the children gonna be going back to school.
Yeah. 2 days. 2 days. They better enjoy this week.
Right. Bro, what kind of mess is this, dog?
It's crazy. I was just thinking I was talking to my little cousin today. They start summer workouts at the school on Monday. Like I said, a lot of the college kids are basically gone back. It's football will be here before we know it. It's just crazy.
It's crazy how they.
As we get older, it just seems like this time just fly like. You're going Home Depot and Lowe's in a week and Christmas decoration to be up. So,
right.
Time. What a time.
Right. But yeah, man. We are inside the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. And hey, man, we got a nice show for everyone, man. We are talking of course, conference finals. I mean, we got two teams fighting for their lives in Minnesota and Knicks. We're gonna see what Minnesota are gonna do today. But yeah, man, I'm excited to see what happens. I really am. Then we got to talk about, like you said, football right around the corner, man. Voluntary camp started up, so got a lot to talk about that. I was at Falcons OTAs yesterday, so definitely got to talk about that, bro. That was very interesting. Yeah, Jacob, Indiana was tough. What up, Jacob? Definitely is, man. And then, man, we got so with the voluntary camp, we got to talk about, is it really voluntary? Like, can you really come without people saying anything? You're a vet, I get it, but you got some people that's new to a team or Stephon Diggs, or
White House, baby. White House, baby. White
whatever.
House, baby.
So we got to see. Okay, Jacob. We got to see. Is it really mandatory? In a sense, for certain people.
That man gonna be first team All Pro this year, baby.
Because I got something to say about that too. Yeah, it's funny you say that. I got something to say about that. But anyway, also we are talking man with WNBA, man. The dream's looking good, bro. They trying to catch their stride.
New leadership, coaching matters.
I'm liking. I said something about the coach at first, but I'm liking what the coach is saying. Like, just to be there and listen to him. We're going into that, but I like what the coach is saying. And then the Braves, man, they can't get right, dog. I mean, it's still early, but they just I don't know. I wonder. I think they're gonna make a run, but I just wonder if they don't get out of this, what's gonna happen with Snick? But do the ownership love him like that, where he's safe anyway? Because they've been getting on Snick, man. It's a lot of. I thought it was like, shout out to my little homie, my little brother, the one who used to do the show with me, Rue. He always say he hate, get rid of Snick. He's always say that, and I'll be like, whatever. But as I post these videos up and talk to these fans, you kind of hear that a lot, man. And then what up, Carlton? You say, well, how about them Yankees? Yeah, Yankees got a big matchup against Dodgers coming up, man. We can't wait for that. But
I mean, didn't the Mets just win the Subway Series?
Right.
Whatever.
Then we got quick hits. We also have Ask a Doc with Dr. Fowler talking about certain injuries, man, with MLB, basketball, and also let your family and friends know you can listen to the show live, watch the show live on the 3 Point Conversion Facebook page, 3 Point Conversion YouTube channel, and soon should be on 3pointconversion.com. All right, man.
Snit has run this course. Bobby Cox Jr. has run this course, Jacob. Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
We're going to get into it, though, Jacob. Hey, man, it's time to get to these quick hits. Let's get it. So first off, man, somebody that Jacob is saying the same thing. Get him out of town and get rid of him. Because Jacob can't stand this guy. Caleb Williams addressed his feelings about being a Chicago Bear today when he spoke to the media. He talked about what came out as far as him not being, and I mean, he basically said, he's like, y'all know the Bears haven't had a 4,000-yard passer and all of that. He said, man, my father was aware of that, but I want that. I want to take on to that, that. And I want to be able to break that record. So, which he should and will. But you know what, Mace, real quick, man, even if he felt like that, I would too if I was a quarterback. Why wouldn't you? You know what I'm saying? Like, what? I get it. I get it, dog.
Sound like Cowboy fans. Yeah, we're gonna bring up titles.
Oh, you talking about Kate Carton?
26 titles. Sound like Cowboy fans. We got 5 rings.
Right. But no, man. But you feel me? I would feel the same way as Caleb. I don't know why some Bears fans got offended by that. Dog. Why receivers and quarterbacks? It's been known they didn't want to come to Chicago. Why? Because it was like your funeral. It was like going to play for the Raiders at the end of your career. Because you weren't going to do anything. It's going to mess up your contracts and all of that. But I mean, so I'm not mad at him for feeling like that if he felt like that. That's cool. But he doesn't feel like that now. We see how he acts now. And then he has a coach and all that. So, I mean, whatever. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense. That's like you going to play for the Cleveland Browns. Who wouldn't want to go to the Cleveland Browns when you keep losing? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, who wants to keep losing? I get it. I get it. You got some. You want to get in on it?
I mean, quarterbacks. We noticed that the one stat that matters most for quarterbacks wins.
Mm-hmm.
Win. If you want people off your back as a quarterback, win.
Mm-hmm.
It's that simple. Yards good, touchdowns good. Did you win? At the end of the day, they're gonna ask, did you win? Did you put this team in the best position to win games? That's all people gonna remember at the end of the day. You know, and we know the position, always gonna get the camera, always gonna get a quote. Can you win games when it matters? All the winning quarterbacks, they don't care what they say. They won.
Yep.
He just has to go win. This comes with being the number one overall pick. This comes with that goofy book. This comes with the quotes from your dad. All of these things. I can't wait till we get to football.
Right.
This is the, we're at that point where you're gonna get these kind of stories. You're gonna get these, these quotes. Can this man win football game? That's all they're gonna measure him on. It's all they measure all these guys on at the end of the day. You name the guy. Did he win?
Yep.
If he won, hey, whatever.
If that's just it.
It's the ultimate measure of a quarterback. That's it.
I don't know, Mace. I just think that, again, I think that you got so people. It's time for football. Like you said, some people want to make headlines and they just want to talk about certain things where it's like, it doesn't matter. Like, it's another way of getting on them and talking about them and making them feel bad. And, they just, and you're right. We got to win something. Right. But my thing is,
that's what's gonna matter.
Yeah, and even with like I always mess with Jacob about this. Jacob always hates Caleb. My thing is just going off a 1 year. To me, I think I commend him for what he did, what he had to go through. But it's 1 year, dog. Like we've been saying this all year. It's 1 year. You're already right, because you gotta let your personal feelings go. That's not how you watch football. Personal feelings don't mean anything. It's a lot of people I can't stand. Whether I didn't like how they looked, how they treat women, or just I ain't like the vibe, or they was racist, whatever. But it's all about what you do on the field.
Dude, my dad used to always say, quarterbacking is like a presidential administration. For your time, for your era, what did you do? Did you have a good term? Did you have a bad term? When you're done, what are they gonna say about your term? Did you win? Were you were you awful? That's what they're gonna remember about you.
Right.
Point blank period. If you good, they're gonna be like, hey, this guy, and you're gonna be revered forever. This quarterback, his time, he was this guy. If you were bad, I always, me and the great Reggie Ball over at Georgia too. Reggie's tenure at Georgia Tech. I mean, it was a roller coaster.
Right.
You ask some fans, he's pretty good. Ask a lot of other fans, he was bad. That's what it is with the quarterback. You look at Joe Hamilton. Joe Hamilton, he was the darling. He was the darling. I mean, we talk about, when me and Quincy Carter talk all the time. Quincy, a lot of things he wished he could have done over as the quarterback at Georgia. His time with the Cowboys. You're remembered for your administration when you were the quarterback of said team. So, I mean, we're heading into year 2 of Caleb. If Caleb wants to get everybody off his back, be the quarterback that they drafted you to be.
Right.
And a lot goes into that. It's not just Caleb.
Mm-mm.
Winning ultimate team sport football. Again, the quarterback get too much credit when we win, too much blame when we lose. But when you play that position, when you're under center, you're the one guy that touches the ball every play. Yep. So you affect the game differently than other guys.
Yep.
Even though so much other stuff had to go to make you successful, but ultimately, since the beginning of time, that's how that position is measured. Did you win?
That's it. That's it. Moving on, man. Sean Kemp has pleaded guilty to a Washington parking lot shooting, but it's not what you think it is when you really. I read it and I'm like, okay, it wasn't that bad. So basically, he was, I think, at one of his stores or whatever, and he had some stuff they were doing this event. They had like it was like autographed old jersey by him and Gary. He had some stuff from some memorabilia from his store. So a lot of stuff, right? So I mean, the phone and all that. And somebody drove around in circles. They took his stuff, broke in his car, took his stuff. He found them, and they dropped some of his stuff on the ground, whatever. Then he found him again, and he tried to talk to him like, "Yo, what's up, man? Why y'all?" The next thing you know, as he claimed, somebody in the back started shooting, and the other car shot at him. We had his strap, and he shot back. Nobody got killed, whatever, and he pleaded guilty to it because it's like I said, it's an assault charge. But I don't blame him, dog. I mean, but Sean Kemp has been,
very, very unfortunate situation.
Right.
I mean, it just seemed like he's always in the middle of these situations,
Right. Wait, hold on. Wait. Who's Carlton? Who's your team, dog? Who's the team? Who's your football team, dog? So, because it ain't football season yet, but you about to make it like it's football season, dog. I'm about to. I'm ignoring. I ain't gonna go there, Carlton. We're gonna go talk football right now. It ain't football season yet, man. So save my ammunition. Look, I was at the OTA, man. So I'm still feeling football. You know what I'm saying? Like, anyway, Steelers. Really, dog? You talking about rep? Who is y'all quarter? Do you know who y'all quarterback? Who is y'all quarterback? I've been trying to do a show for the last 2 months, and I don't know who to talk about when I talk about your quarterback. Well, I can't. Anyway, all right, Carl. Now I'm done. I'm off of it, man. All right, we're done. Moving on, Mace. I can't wait to hear what you got to say about this. Brian Kelly says the SEC teams want to add a Big Ten to their schedule, just one game from the Big Ten to their schedule moving forward. He want that smoke. What's your take on this, man?
Talk that talk, Brian Kelly. Talk that talk, Brian. I mean, listen. Everybody to a man says the best football is played either in the SEC or the Big Ten. The way these new schedules are being set up as we move forward to we're not going to get these cut the check games, as I like to call them. SEC is going to basically play everybody, and then your non-conference game is going to be a big-time football game. Why not be the Big Ten? It's not going to be the ACC.
Right.
The Big Ten and the SEC are the powers in football. TV wise, money wise. Come on, who just won the Natty?
And that's what he said. He said the last 2 years, Big Ten has won. So
I mean, listen, it just makes sense as we move toward this new model of college football, as we get ready to expand the playoffs to 16 teams. The new thing that everybody's pushing for, the two most powerful members on the committee, SEC commissioner, Big Ten commissioner, they won't get 4 automatic bids for each conference. And then, I mean, hey, I like it. It makes sense to me. There's no need to see LSU play Southern.
play
or Grambling.
As we say, LSU playing Kentucky Fried University.
You know, that check game where, you know, they're coming in. We're paying a school 1.5 for a homecoming game, you know, as a tune-up game. Yeah, get that out of here.
Do that. We tired of that.
Let me see a competitive matchup. Let me see LSU and Ohio State. Let me see LSU Penn State. Let me see Georgia, Ohio State every year.
I've been saying that. I've been saying that, man. We'll see these teams that had 3 teams on their schedule where they playing Walmart State or Home Depot Tech. Come on, dog. Play some teams.
Play
them. That's what we want to see. Play some teams. So yeah, so I'm with it. So that's cool, man.
Come on, Brian Kelly. Talk that talk, Brian Kelly.
I'm definitely with it, man. So but all right, man. That wraps up quick hits. Bruh,
Kirby ain't scared.
No, Kirby ain't scared. None of them scared. I don't think none of them scared.
Oh man, these people are locked and loaded, man. I recruit with the best of them. Ohio State, they we want all the smoke. We want all of it.
Yeah. They down with it. So speaking of all the smoke, dude Stephon Diggs. I don't know if y'all seen the video, but he on a boat, yacht, whatever you on, got 3 women right there. They chilling with nothing wrong. They chilling, but the simple fact that he I don't know what he had in his hand. The pink, I don't know if that was some big league chew gum or whatever.
Wow, that was maybe.
Either or, they made a big fuss about it. He didn't show up to voluntary camp. Vrabel said something about it. He said he spoke. They saw the video, was aware of it. They've been speaking, even talking, keeping in contact with Diggs, Stephon, and he said we gotta make great decisions on the field and off the field. And he just kind of kept at that. He's like, I'm gonna let it be private between us, what have you. Yeah. But this is what I say about this situation. Yeah. It kind of go like you said. It kind of go what you said. You probably want this for Stephon, because when Stephon is doing this, he's happy. Stephon probably gonna have an all-pro year, like you stated, just because of it. This is Stephon Diggs, dog. Which is why it's going to be interesting to see how he does, with New England, because the New England is blue collar. When the last time when they had Antonio, that was Tampa.
One game.
So they did have Tampa one game. I mean, they had him one game. Antonio Brown.
AB one game.
Yep, and then they let him go. But other than that, Moss has maybe been the biggest, and Cam, and they weren't problems or nothing like that. They're just.
Moss was a model citizen there.
Very model citizen, and Cam wasn't even Cam out there. Cam just played and had fun.
I don't even count that. That's like Jordan. Y'all say Jordan. That's like Jordan played for the Wizards. Y'all keep saying like Cam didn't play for New England. I get out of here. That wasn't Cam Newton.
But it's gonna be interesting. But going into this voluntary camp, but even though that we think he probably gonna have an all-pro year, but still looking at it from just a team standpoint of this is Stephon Diggs. He's playing for a new team.
Yeah,
he's not there at least for the first day. He's not there at the show up at start of voluntary camp. You saw it with I think sometimes there might be a contract dispute, but my question is, if you're on a new team, do you feel like if you're on a new team, if it's a new team, a new coach, you have a new head coach, or you're a wide out running back playing with a new quarterback, or a DB or somebody playing with a new middle linebacker, don't you think that's important to show up for voluntary camp? Do you think I'm asking you.
Yeah, I mean, especially for him coming off of ACL injury, being acclimated. I mean, we've seen the videos of his recovery and how that's going. You would want him to be there. I mean, I think he should want to be there because he's going to be asked to be their number one receiver. So I just think the optics, it's just always optics. Everybody's, I mean, I think if we were to call Stephon right now, he would probably be like, I just wish the cameras wasn't rolling, you know.
Right.
I mean, it's guys probably why he's not the only guy that's not at OTAs.
Right.
He's probably a lot of the guys who not at OTA probably don't have footage of what they're doing right now. So
right.
Everybody's minds, they're working out, they're getting themselves prepared. He got people grinding on Cardi B while he's slapping Cardi B on the backside. Like you say, it's a lot of stuff going on in this video clip. So not a good look today. But again, if he comes in and he puts up the numbers, if he looks like that number one receiver, this won't be a big deal. This will not be a big deal because, again, in the words of my pops, winning cures everything.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Yeah.
It does. Did you see the video where they had with Stephon where they're like, well, it was Stephon, but it was like, I think was it Buffalo or Minnesota? It was like, what person in his locker room would you not want your sister to date? And everybody said Stephon.
Yeah, Diggs. Without a doubt, Diggs. Listen, hey, man. But you expect this from wide receivers, man.
Yep.
You expect this is wide receiver behavior. This is number one wide receiver behavior. Again, I just think that, and he got to get with his crew. Y'all put these phones. Should no phones be on the boat? That should have been rule one. Everybody put your damn phone down. Everything is not meant to be on TikTok in your Insta story. Because again, once it's out there, everybody's gonna pull it. Everybody's gonna pull it. So I mean, even though he probably still wilding right now, he's still probably like, man, why y'all post that, man? Why y'all post it? Now it's one more question I gotta answer, but it's totally wide receiver behavior. It's totally wide receiver. It's on par for number one wide receiver behavior.
No, I get you.
Go ahead, D.
I get you. At the Falcons OTAs or camps, voluntary camps, we didn't see Ray wasn't there. I don't know if he showed up today, but I know Ray McLeod was there. But everybody, for the most part, was there.
Yeah.
Jalen looked good. That Joker looked quick, explosive. Jalen Walker being
that's him.
Yeah, he looked good. Penix didn't do anything. He didn't look good. I mean, it's first day. He didn't look good out there, whatever. I mean, but what I like is the fact that you saw a lot of them, like, especially, I'm telling you, dog, you know who was won me over? What wide receivers won me over? Drake. Drake London is he's won me over because you know you could see it, whether it's, I saw it in training camp, during the game, but yesterday he wants to do well. Like
a lot on the line for Drake right now. A lot is on the line.
As cool as and calm you see him, that dude, when he on the field, he is so funny, man. He was getting upset and mad himself. Sometimes like he was mad because wasn't able to throw the ball right. And it's not disrespectful, but it's just somebody who cares, like, to see that early. You know what I'm saying? Where, most people just, whatever, it's good to get back. Nah, he's not like that at all, man. So it was dope. You know what I'm saying? It was dope. Yeah. It was dope. So
big season for Drake. I mean, I think they picked up his. Didn't they pick up his option?
I think so. Yeah.
if they hadn't picked up his option. But I mean, it's time for him to, he see what wide receivers are making. I mean, is he gonna get top 5, top 10 money? We don't know.
Right.
But it's time for him to take that next step. Again, you see what, I don't think he's in the Jamar Chase class, the Justin Jefferson class. He's not in none of those guys' class. But you look at the money number 1 wide receivers are making.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be a nice pay raise for Drake London. So I mean, it's time for him to take that next step. It's time.
Because you saw him transcend. You saw him transcend last year. You saw him kind of take that leap where he was, but it's time to get it going. Another news in the NFL with voluntary camp. A lot of course, because who he is. But I mean, it's the beginning, and it counts maybe for the rookies. It does. That's what we were looking at yesterday, Jalen and everybody, and Pence didn't really get on the field. I wonder why, but you're looking at that as for rookies. So Cleveland, everybody's making a big deal. Of course, they're gonna make a big deal. Shador, I don't know, but I don't know if you've seen that video clip where he threw that down over. That was nice, but they were saying 3 TDs, no interceptions, whatever. I mean, it's voluntary camp, but that is big for him.
Yeah,
coming in. You're not working with these guys.
Every rep he takes is big for him. Every rep he gets is big.
Right. Yeah, it's big. Yeah, and he grew up last year. London did, but yeah, man, it's big. And so to see that, and then to hear Coach again, the way Coach and the GM look when they drafted Shador, but then you hear Coach talk about him now, is like totally different, So it was good to see that go on. Russ, which was expected. Russ took the starting 9 for the Giants. I don't think. Wait, why are you laughing at that?
Did you see Jameis Winston's first rep?
No. What did he do?
He threw a pick 6 on his first rep.
Oh man. That's what you gonna get with Jameis.
The New York, whoever was covering the team on Twitter, he was like, Jameis Winston is ready for the season.
Oh my god. He in season form. Hey, and Carlton, and I like
put that question back up. I caught the end of it.
Talking about Aaron?
Yeah.
He was talking about Sure.
Listen,
go ahead.
If I'm Cleveland, we're not going to win a lot of games. We're not going to win a lot of games. I'm letting Shador and Dylan Gabriel battle it out. We know what Kenny Pickett is. And I mean, if you listen to everybody come out of Cleveland, Kenny Pickett is the guy. For now, he's the guy. That's crazy. But it's something that Stefanski sees and likes in him. Joe Flacco, I mean, come on, y'all.
I wonder if when they got Pickett, this is before the draft. I wonder if do they feel like they have an obligation to at least play him some because you traded for him. I remember the Bears did something like this. I can't think of the quarterback when we first drafted Trubisky. I forgot the veteran quarterback from Tampa, but we had to play him at first. It was like, but everybody not going to do what Seattle did. But Carlton, I know Carlton says he feels like he's arrogant for him. I get it; he's too arrogant. Shador is not arrogant, dog. Nothing. I don't. He's
very
not
confident
arrogant.
young man. Very
confident. It's a difference between arrogant and confident.
Very
arrogant means, hey, I'm not dealing with you. They don't want to be dealt with. They feel like they over people. He's not like that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, if you listen to everybody who's around the team and people who cover the team, if you listen to Cleveland radio, everybody in that building loves Shador. Everybody has gravitated towards Shador. and it seems that he's just a sponge. Like he wants to learn.
Right.
So according to if you listen to all the people who are around the Browns, Stefanski, it was somebody. Dylan Gabriel was his top guy after Cam Ward in the draft. Because I mean, again, I don't know how Stefanski looks at quarterbacks. I mean, whatever it is, I mean, he likes. He was in love with Dylan Gabriel. Went out to Oregon. I mean, he was one of their top 30 visits. So it's something about him that they love. Again, I would let Gabriel and Shador battle it out.
Yeah. And
again, what are they going to win in Cleveland? What are they really going to win in Cleveland? And
like I keep saying, if Shador end up winning, that could be, because I don't know how much they're going to sign for Gabriel. They hadn't signed him yet. I don't think they signed him yet. But for Shador to be paying $1 million a year, they can build a whole juggernaut for the next 4 to 5 years, because they're not paying him what you have never seen that in football, and we'll move on. But when have we seen that where your starting quarterback is only making making less than $10 million?
Brock Purdy.
And Brock Purdy was like that. Yeah, Brock Purdy. You're right.
Yeah, Brock Purdy was making $600. Last year, you made $900,000 last year. Look,
and that's how they were able to bring in all these people. You bringing this juggernaut because you don't have to pay him. So if Cleveland, if they found out that Shador is that guy, you're not paying him nothing. You can build a juggernaut. Y'all might be in a championship just like San Fran was.
Well, after they get the Sean money off the books next year.
Yeah, right. You got to get his money out first.
Sean money's still up, so they paid a lot for a quarterback. He just not on the field.
Right. Yeah. You're right.
But Carlton, that's the thing. Listen, if Gabriel and Shador suck, with the draft capital they have for next year, they go just draft another quarterback. Now, next year class, to me, is pretty sorry. I mean, if Drew Aller from Penn State is the top guy, if Carson Beck is the top guy, that next year draft gonna suck. And people have to stop throwing Arch Manning's name. Arch Manning is not coming out.
He's no rush. He don't need to come out. He's good.
So, Drew Aller or Carson Beck is going to be vying for the number one overall pick unless some guy comes out the blue. But pretty much those are the two guys that you're going to hear their names a lot next year.
Yeah. All right, man. So let's transition to the Western Conference Finals right now. Let me say this, because I don't know if anybody else is going to say this, but Anthony Edwards was so disappointing in Game 4. You're on your home floor. You're down 2-1. You just won a big game. You played great in that. But you only take 13 shots. You're 5 for 13. And he had 7 free throws, right? But you 5 for 13. You come on, man. And see, and this is when now all of this Jordan stuff, let's chill with it. Let's let that go.
Gotta have something to talk about.
Ain't no way in hell.
Yeah.
Jordan at a younger age would only take 13 shots in a game where they need to win.
Narratives.
Come on, let's let that go.
Narratives, dude. You know that's what media and all of these things are. You know, that when they get on you, they love you, and is super likable guy as far as media. He gives great sound bites. I mean, he's a baller. You know, the antics. I mean, they love it. I mean, he's SGA is the MVP, but SGA's demeanor is not like Ant's.
Right.
You know, so but yeah, I mean, we got to slow down on that talk. Got to slow down on the Ant-Man talk.
Yeah, because
him and his boy, like I said, me and my brother, we sitting there watching the game. I was like, I had to go to Prize Picks, and I was looking at, I was like, man, Ant one of their pop, they don't put money on him because his Prize Pick number was 27. I'm like, he definitely not gonna get this number tonight. He definitely not getting this number. Like,
right.
Man, one of his boys, a homegirl, somebody cashed out, and he was dude. The dude took one shot in the first quarter. How are you the guy?
What are you doing?
And bump the defense, and okay, see the best defense in the NBA. Oh, okay. They not stopping Ant from taking. Come on, one shot. Ant stop it. Stop it. A guy who has the green light. You're the team. Get out of there, Ant. I ain't buying it.
That was horrible, dog. That was definitely horrible. But what do you think? What do many have to do? I mean, of course, Ant has to take more than 13 shots, but like, because it seems like to me, if this is how you know Minnesota is a definite win. If 9 start hitting threes, it's like, okay, they're gonna win. When Rudy Gobert gets like over 16 points, and that's a win. But other than that, he usually don't. So what do they have to do? Not necessarily okay, this guy needs to score this many points, but just as a team, man, what do you feel like they need to do?
I mean, they got to get more from Julius Randle.
Yeah.
Like he has quietly been awful in this Western Conference final.
Right.
I mean, too many single digit games. And he settles. If that jump shot is not falling for him, it's like he phases himself out. Like, dude, attack the rim, use your size at some point. And because if you think about it, the other night when they lost, pretty much everybody played. If Ant just hits his average, they win the game.
Mm-hmm.
If Julius Randle can just give them 10 points, they win the game.
They win the game, right?
Like, what? I mean, what are we talking about?
Because what's the guy the McDaniels?
Yeah,
McDaniels coming in. He doing what he's doing.
Everybody played well, but the two main guys,
the two that you need.
Like, what are we doing?
And then with OKC, man, they're so defensively. Like it's rare that your two best players could be your two best defenders. I'm not saying Shea is the best. I don't know, but Shea plays defense. All of them play. But to have your two best offensive guys play defense like that, you rarely see that, bro. That's
you do. You do.
Looking at Chicago type.
But Minnesota made it. And Julius Randle made it easy for him too. Now. Like,
they did.
Everybody keep talking. I mean, again, they're the best defensive team in the league statistically. But when you got Ant out here taking no shots, how much defense are you really playing if he not even looking for a shot? Come on.
Yeah, dog. And again, I'm gonna say it one more time. I know I said it last week. If I see another player drive to the hole, get within 4 feet, pump fake, and then act jitterish and pass it back out, they lucky. But if I was their coach, Mace, sit down, dog. Sit by me. Come on, sit by me. Dog, if they, man, like, come on.
Hey, man.
Oh, just go straight up. I wouldn't be mad if you get your shot blocked. Oh, but that gets on my nerves. But do you think it's a wrap for Minnesota tonight?
Yeah, I think OKC going to close them out. I think when I just looked at Ant body language post game, just the way that game ended, and OKC playing with so much confidence. And they understand that, dude, they do have the better team. They have the more balanced team. And they're getting it from everybody. Of course, I mean, SGA go for 40, but again, everybody is contributing for that team.
Everybody.
I think
they're scoring defensively or whatever. They're contributing. Yep, I get it. So let me ask you this though. So Danny Thompson said this online, and when I first glanced at it, I kind of like what, but I'm glad TJ is on here. And everybody got mad and they're crazy, but they don't want to look at the facts. Like, if you really look at OKC team, just think about it. If they win this title, are they a top 5 team ever?
No. Top 5 team ever?
I'm going to tell you why I believe they are. First of all, they won
winning this first one.
Yeah, I mean, like when I say team, like you know how you have like the 72 team, the 96 Bulls. Yeah. I mean, like that.
No.
Let me tell you why, Mace, and it made sense. First of all, it's only been 69 games. Only been 4 times 16 won 69 games beside them. And the Bulls did it twice. Lakers 72, Golden State Warriors. But listen to this stat. I don't think it's like 50. I think it's 52. Listen, 52 games out of the 69 wins, they won by 15 points, which is never. That's a record. Don't, because you're looking at names. Don't look at the names.
I'm not looking at that. I'm thinking about the league,
Mace. But if you want to say that, I hear you. So this is what I took this out, because I feel you. But you got to look at it like this. In 72, if we're going to put the 72 Lakers in there, I'm not 72, but I was the league. I mean, we can't get mad at that league at that time. You know what I'm saying? But believe it or not, even with the 96 Bulls, it was the year where they first put the Toronto Raptors and so it kind of mellowed the league out a little bit. Because now that's what, 4 extra wins? That's 6 extra wins because you're playing against Toronto and you got to play against Vancouver. I mean, so I feel what you're saying, because that would be my argument too, Mace.
No, I'm just talking about the way the league is structured.
No. I know what you're saying. No, but I know what you're saying. But the way that I give you that, because the way the league is, but I'm just saying, but what they've done, how they've done it, the wins, the defense, and again, the point differential. They won 52 games by 15 or more points. But that's never been done in NBA history, not even close.
Yeah. I gotta really think about it, right? Today, no. Knee jerk, no.
Knee jerk, right. But again, and I'm saying, like I said, and they're 11 deep, they're 11 to 12 deep. Yeah. Defensively, they have no weakness. Like, what is their weakness? So when you combine all of that with the fact that they've won 69 games, their dominance during the league, defensively. But like you said, knee jerk. I ain't gonna lie. When I first saw
it, no. See, when we do stuff like that, we have to relax and just because you have to let it play out.
No, right.
You have to let it play out. Like today, no.
But this is not honestly.
There's so many other teams you would just be like, man, this team. Man, we're not gonna be talking about this OKC team next year. We're not.
I don't know. Now, this is what I said. If they mess around,
we aren't gonna be talking about this team next year.
If they mess around, Mace. If this is what I said to Danny though.
First of all, hold on. They gotta win it.
No. That's why we were saying if they
gotta win it. They might not beat Indiana.
They gonna beat Indiana, but if they do, let's
see. Here we go.
But look, this is my thing though. This is what I said. I think for them to really be like you said, top 5 team, because I understand the optics of it. For them to really be a top 5 team, you would think if they beat Minnesota tonight. Listen, they beat Minnesota tonight. they have to sweep whoever they play in the in the finals. I'm like, if they don't sweep them in the finals, then that's when you're gonna be like, I don't know.
I'm saying I don't know, and it ain't even happened yet.
Mike saying they're saying the best defense. No, they're not the best defensive team, Mike. They have 69 wins, dog. Mike, name me 5 teams that won 68 times. That won 60, have 68 wins.
We got to stop just talking about how many wins they got. In this load management era, we can't do that.
But you know what? But here's my point, though. Do that. But if we've done it for the 72 Lakers,
I don't even like me. I don't put the 72 Lakers as an all-time top 5 team.
And I agree, but I'm saying as a whole,
played on the 72 Lakers.
You said what?
Who the hell played on the 72 Lakers? I was just born in 72. Who the hell played on that team?
Right. But as a whole,
top 5 all-time team for me.
Hey, as the ESPNs and the
GTFOH, man.
But honestly, like I said, looking at it, I'm not mad for anybody to say they not. But to be like, ain't no way in hell you got to be tripping when you says, and then listen to this. This makes me mad. Nobody plays defense anymore. Okay, that's the whole point, Mike. I mean, TJ, that's the whole point. They do play defense. Your best teams are what? They play defense. Okay, that's what put them. That's, I mean, I hear them, but we're not just going off that alone. We're not just going off that alone.
See, we gotta relax, because this time last year we were having the same conversation about that Celtic team.
About what?
People were having the same conversation about that Celtic team.
Being what?
Being one of the greatest teams of all time. Paul Pierce, every time somebody stuck a microphone in his face, man, this team, no, we have to relax.
Right, but
we have to relax. Like we got to stop
Paul
doing
Pierce.
that.
Yeah, Paul Pierce.
But that's what I'm saying. It wasn't just him. It was other guys. Shannon and Ocho were going back and forth about, like, we have to relax. This is what we have to stop doing. When somebody puts together a great season, or we gotta either go or we gotta let it play out. Let it play out. We gotta let it play out. So no. Years from now, y'all won't even be talking about this team. Yeah, you know what y'all gonna be talking about 5 years from now? Man, them shoes, SGA, man, them shoes ugly. Them shoes ugly. Man, I can't believe he wears. That's what y'all gonna be talking about 5 years.
Speaking of that,
relax.
Speaking of that, I was wondering, because I was out. We was at a graduation party, so you know how it is. Growing up party, I'm drinking, and I thought it was maybe because I was drinking. I looked at that Joker's shoes. I'm like, what in the is he? I thought it was the liquor, dog. I was like, maybe I'm tripping. I just walked out like, you ain't. He said, you gotta tell me how ugly his shoes is. His shoes ugly, dog. I don't know.
Y'all gonna be talking about 5 years from now. Y'all gonna be like, man.
Oh,
I know they no comfort gave him the bag, but come on, SGA.
What up, bitch? All right, so
SGA.
So wait, so let me give. Mike asked me to do it, so I'm gonna give they asked us to do it. He gave me 3 of them.
Stop it.
I eat it, even though he's bugging, but yeah. So, but I give it to you, TJ.
We like I say, we have to relax on these conversations. We have to stop wanting to crown people. Like I say, they hadn't even won the title.
Mm-hmm.
They got let them finish the job, and then let's start waxing poetic and having these conversations. Like I say, we do this we get caught up. Something catches people up every year, and it's just like. This time next year, you're gonna be like, I can't believe I said that.
I really want to bring that up though, because like I said, with the points, with like even with the Celtics, whatever, I mean, the Celtics hadn't done anything. They hadn't broke any records. That's what I'm saying. They hadn't. But when he asked a question, it was more so like, do you think they could? He didn't say, do you think they could be? And when people was like, no. But I'm looking like, all right, when you look at what they've done this year, they broken records, like a lot of records, like and being above. So that's why I say it was like, I'm like, let me ask Mace, because it was a big argument on social media about
that.
Let
me think about it. And you know how y'all are, man. In a year, y'all ain't gonna remember this team. Ain't nobody gonna be bumping for this team next year, man. Y'all be talking about how ugly their uniforms are. He need to cut his braids. That's how y'all do.
Yeah,
that's how y'all do. Y'all are easily distracted, man. I remember how y'all do.
Yeah, man. So
y'all believe San Antonio.
Leave San Antonio alone, dog. All right, man. So look,
Barkley be doing all that capping. Barkley probably got a condo out there.
Right.
Barkley probably out there. He probably going crazy. Son.
Going crazy out there. All right, man.
Saying that to keep y'all from going out there.
Yeah.
Reverse psychology. Man, that girl ugly, man. That girl ugly all the time. You like her, boy. You like her.
I got a few.
Nobody like her.
That ain't been the DMs. But all right, man. It is now time for the most infamous, the most famous.
Stop it.
Segment. Let's get it. Mace, go ahead and go first, man.
Dude, Dan Lanning. Give Dan Lanning the biggest stop it in the world, because this guy, we never gonna forget Dan Lanning. When you let that camera in your locker room when you playing Colorado, you tell them they're playing for clicks. You just had, what's the guy name? I had it right. Richard Wesley, 5-star DN, he committed. You jumping all in pools. It's all on the video. Went viral.
Right.
Well, he decommitted. He was committed to Oregon for 17 days. He has decommitted. You look stupid now. Who he considering now? USC, Ohio State and Texas, because they got more NIL money. So it's probably going to end up at one of those. Give Dan Lanning the biggest stop it ever, because, sir, you jumped in that pool for clicks.
Yep. That's how he did. I said that last year. He did it last year, and talking about Deion now, all he do is for clicks.
You're playing for clicks, buddy.
Yeah, bro. That's
stop it. I'm glad that kid decommitted from you, because he know you a clown. Say
it with your chest, dog. So
biggest stop it out though.
My stop it goes to Tyreek Hill. So,
he on my stop it list.
So this idiot and Tyreek came out and said, now, first of all, y'all, let me dress it up. Y'all remember what Tyreek did last year, right? Remember at the end of the season when Tyreek was talking about how he wanted to leave and how it might be his last days in Miami and this and that. They don't. And remember, he had that little rant.
Told y'all that was cap.
He came on and said, I'm trying to prove the Dolphins, they can depend on me. He said, I'm trying to prove to the Dolphins that they can depend on me.
Stop it.
This dude doing dope.
Stop it.
Bro,
too many children, dog. Too many children in 1 year.
I should have brought the clip when he was going off. Because we played, hold on. I might still have it. Wait, because remember he was going off on do I have it? Nope, I don't have. I'll let it go. Remember how he was going off on on Miami, talking about he ready to leave and he can't be here.
I told y'all last year, man, this dude is a clown. Super clown. Super duper clown.
Clown.
Super.
All right, man. Let's move on quickly to the Eastern Conference Finals. Is that a wrap?
Done, son. All my cousins up top. the phone calls before the game, they were so adamant. I got like 30 photos of wheat Tims and new blue Yankee hats, Avericks jackets, bodegas.
Uh,
Not a peep up 95 for all my New York cousins. Not a peep.
yeah, they tripping.
Yeah, they done. Stick a fork in New York City. Done. As what's buddy who always talking about some diabolical, whatever that, nasty word. Pack them up. Pack the Knicks up, B.
Yeah. You talking
Pack
about
them up.
the comedian
I can't wait.
Davis? Yeah, dog. And so with the Knicks, because honestly, that was the first win of the series that was convincing.
Yeah.
And they almost came back to that, but that was the first.
They were right there in it.
That was the first game. Look at it. That was the first game of the series by either team where it was a convincing win. Because remember,
he left Brunson on the bench too long in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, because
left on the bench too long.
Because Knicks, we know Knicks should have won game 1. Game 2, Knicks, it was either or. It was back and forth. Either or could have won because it came out to the last possession. Game 3, Knicks should have won that. Indy came back. Knicks won that, and then game 4, they came back to win that, and then we saw what happened last night. My thing with Brunson though is, dog, he's holding on to the ball too long, Mace. He's playing heroic ball, and that's
beating up the flow, just beating up the flow with that left hand dribble.
Yeah, and the problem is, it's not going to change because one thing about Tibbs is all defense. Let's all play defense, and if you play defense, we just gonna let our best scorer score.
Yeah,
that's what he did with the Bulls. And
yeah. New York City, she over there humming. She got that hot seat. She running the course. She running the scale.
But hey, I mean, it's possible that Knicks can come back because again, it's only been one convincing win this series. Only one, and Knicks was right there in it then. So with Madison Square blasting and loud, if Madison Square come out and they show up, they can do it. I just say this though. That first of all, we don't give, and I think I spoke to this last week or before the series started, which is last week. We don't give Rick Carlisle enough credit for what he's doing as a coach for the Indiana Pacers.
He like that.
He's like that. Yeah. We don't give him credit. Not at all. That's what Carl said, but not at all. We don't give Rick Carlisle credit. And what I like about it is this is not the normal way he usually plays his offense, but that's how you know he can coach. Hey, this is what my guys are. This is what I have on my team. So we're going to induce this to my guys' benefits, and it makes sense. It makes sense. And that kid Halliburton, dog, they should have never. Where did that come from? Was that from the players that said he was overrated?
Probably, man. Get out of here, man.
I don't know where that came from, but either or.
Humble. That man gave them folk triple-double, damn near triple-double in the first half.
Yeah. It's like I said, he's that guy. But another thing we got to talk about, I wonder what struck them to let their father come back in the stadium, Mace.
Man, you gotta let Mr. Halliburton back in. Like I said, you can't put him on the floor. Man, get in that booth, man. His son is the star. His son is the king of the city. But right. in true humble Halliburton fashion, he's basically like, listen, Y'all, we weren't tripping, man. Pops in a nice crib watching the game. I mean, he wasn't tripping about not being here. I mean, it was good to have him in the building, but I mean, now that's Pops.
Mhm.
Pops still talk to Pops. You know, we
And-
still chop it up. I mean,
Hey.
you know.
And what I'm gonna say, I always say this: people like his father shouldn't do this. They talked about John Moran's father. They talked about Trey's father.
What I tell you every time we had these conversations. Tell me you ain't had your daddy without saying you had your daddy.
Right. Because if my son, let my son make it to the NBA and I'm acting a fool. I'm gonna be his biggest cheerleader. That's what I'm supposed to do. Now, I ain't gonna get in front of. I ain't about to get in front of Karl Malone and hold up a poster talking about what now? What you? No, I ain't that brave. Now, Pops must have been on something. I don't know, but I ain't that brave, mate. So I can't. I ain't about to take Giannis kindness for weakness, dog. I can't. I ain't about to try that. No.
Now I probably ain't gonna ready to do that, but I mean,
Right,
again,
right. But other than that, I'm gonna.
If any of you guys have had your dad in your life, and for whatever you did, or you played sports, well, academics, whatever, if your pops wasn't your biggest cheerleader, I mean, you and your pops just probably didn't have no good relationship.
Right.
That's all right.
And nothing wrong with that, but
yeah. Well, you know, if you don't like your dad, you can call your dad old point. You know, if you do that, I understand if you got beef with these dads. But if you really had your dad was really in your life. If your daddy wouldn't do anything for you, if your daddy just didn't rock out with you, then I mean, you wouldn't understand the relationship these guys got with their pops. I get it.
Same thing with LeBron and bringing his son in. That's what I say. Y'all must don't have a good relationship with y'all son or with y'all father, because I would do anything and everything for my son. Well, you not teaching him to fight for it. No, what? The same way you got that job you got now, not by your father, but somebody because they knew you. It's the same thing as LeBron getting his son into the league or what have you. So yeah, my thing is just the difference in both of them. Like Halliburton is Tyrese. Well, you can see that. You saw that part in Tyrese where, in the first matchup when he was going at it with Dame. So I guess you can see that from his father. Then last he was talking, then what he did with choke sign. So I guess you can see that part of his father coming out. And I was going to say, like, you look how he move in this, but no, that kind of similarities now, mate. I see that, dog.
I mean, that is also. I mean, Reggie Miller was sitting right over there. I mean, right. I think it was more of old the Reggie Miller, right. Oh yeah, man, New York, you choke side, even though it wasn't nowhere near the Reggie Miller performance. I mean, you got scored 8.6 seconds. I mean, come on.
Right. But still, like I said, I still thought it was hot.
Yeah.
I still thought it was hot. How good are the Pacers though? How good do you think this team is?
They're solid. They're a solid basketball team. They're well coached. They're balanced. They have a guy who can facilitate, get that thing done. They got the nice pieces around them. The length of this team, the depth of this team. Again, I know y'all want to crown, in the words of what's my man, Denny Green. If you want to crown him, then crown OKC if you want to. But I mean, listen, Indiana gonna be a tough out. Y'all trying to get his team top 5 billing all time. Watch the Pacers in them ugly uniforms. Watch them. Ugly uniforms. Uniforms are terrible.
What I like about them is they play to the, and Knicks do too, but they play to the buzzer. Like they're gonna play hard no matter. They're gonna keep fighting. I don't care how much they're down, how much they're up. They're just gonna fight and they're gonna play. And they got a lot of clutch players. Like Nesmith is very clutch, I think. And then Siakam, man, the silent assassin, dog. That dude, I don't think he's getting enough credit for what he's done. That was their biggest pickup. is picking up when they picked up Siakam. But what he's been doing, man, very
Siakam
consistent.
balling.
Yeah, very consistent.
Balling.
And, so yeah, I like this team, man. And even though as far as the NBA, it's not a great matchup because you got two small markets. You got two teams that nobody really don't know. But actuality, they're good teams.
Let me say this real good. Let me say this real quick because I heard somebody having this argument. They were like they were kind of going back and forth with this on Facebook, and I was sitting there like, see, when I hear people say like that just tells me you're just listening to a bunch of jibber jabber. If you love basketball, if you just enjoy watching the game, you enjoy the NBA finals, you don't care who playing.
Right.
You're going to watch.
No, you're right.
Okay, you ain't got no big market team. So you got the MVP, got another guy, Halliburton, who's a pretty doggone good basketball player. And this is the problem with TNT and everybody who got the NBA basketball contract. When you show the same teams every night, you turn people off. So people don't know a lot about Indiana because every time we turn on the TV, who we see? New York, LA, Miami, the Clippers. We see the same 4, 5, 6 teams over and over again. But I know you're going to watch because you're a sports guy. Sports guys going to watch. Now, that casual fan, of course they're not going to watch because they're going to turn on the TV and watch these dumbass shows that they be watching, and you're going to hear about it on every network. Oh, my God, small market teams. The ratings are going to be bad. Oh, okay. You see the contract the NBA just signed? The next TV deal?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Somebody watching because you're not just giving away $75 billion for the next 13 years.
But
so
no, you're right. Okay. But that's how the NBA does. The NBA, they look at that. They don't want small market. They don't want like when Sacramento, they didn't want Sacramento to go. They wanted, like everybody say that they cheated for the Lakers or whatever because the Sacramento's small market. But usually you don't. Two small market teams is like they say that's what they don't want for ratings. But as you say, like you say, it's us. It's we won't watch the games. You know what I'm saying? We want to watch it.
No.
Because it's good basketball. But when you look at these teams, they're like the best team. Like these are the teams probably I want to see. Even with the East, maybe Boston when they were healthy, but I like Indiana's grit. You know what I'm saying? I like Indiana's grit. What up, cuz? Cuz said Knicks are cursed. Why do they call it basketball when they shoot the ball through a hoop? Carter, you smoking that good stuff, dog. I don't. you know how like he's trying to think of stuff. That don't make sense. But no, hey, I want to say this though. I think you have two very good defensive teams playing. I don't think we give enough credit to, I can't even say the Joker's name, to OKC's coach.
Yeah.
I don't think, and Rick Carlisle should get more credit, but you have great coaches, or two very good coaches. One great, one is very good on his way up.
Yeah. But we can't give them credit, Ralph, because we too busy talking about, JJ Redick, Missoula hairline, the same team they show on TV over and over again. That's what they're concerned with.
Right. So Yeah, so I'm again. I think it's going to be a great matchup. I can't wait. We in for a good treat. If it happens, I mean, it's not over yet. Like I said, I think Knicks can clearly come back just because of the fact that they've been in every game. They've out of the 4 games, 3 of those games, Knicks could have won it too. It was last possession. They were all last possession, like, so the lucky, I ain't gonna say lucky bounce, but it was the lucky bounce that Halliburton got in game 1.
Yeah.
Just
all a part of it.
Yeah, it's all a part of it, man. All right, bro. We're gonna take a quick break and come back, man, for some more sports talk. We'll be right back.
Have a sports injury? Need to see an orthopedic doctor? Ortho Atlanta is one of Metro Atlanta's largest orthopedic and sports medicine practices, providing orthopedic and sports medicine care for the whole family. With 37 physicians and 14 offices, the practice provides the highest level of care for injury of muscles, joints, bones, and spine. Ortho Atlanta offers convenient access to a full range of musculoskeletal surgeons and specialists. Ortho Atlanta also offers on-site physical therapy, pain management care, MRI imaging, and workers' compensation care. The Ortho Atlanta surgery centers in Austell and Fayetteville provide cost-effective, same-day surgical procedures in an accredited outpatient center. Hip, knee, shoulder, back pain? Ortho Atlanta has you covered with specialists in all areas. Same-day appointments, orthopedic care for the whole family. Ortho Atlanta, Atlanta's choice for orthopedic and sports medicine care. Learn more at www.orthoatlanta.com.
All right, we are back inside the 3-point conversion sports lounge. Mace,
Talk to me.
give me 1 second, man, because that same, I don't know what's going on, y'all, with Outlook email. Because
I don't know either.
the same, yeah. Okay. He said it was in spam as well. So I don't know why I was going to spam. But anyway, it is time to bring in none other than our cousin, orthopedic for Ortho Atlanta, Dr. Donnie Fowler III. What's going on, Doc?
What up, fellas? How we doing?
What's up, Doc?
We good, man. We're good. How are you?
I'm good. Sorry, yeah, they sent you guys to my spam this time for some reason. I don't know why.
Listen, Doc,
Hey,
we
had the same problem.
We've been having issues the entire show.
No respect. No respect.
Oh, all right, Doc. So I gotta ask you, man. Carlton, I think he's a Yankees fan. He's watching the show, but big game, big series coming up with the Yankees and Dodgers. But they're saying that the Dodgers will they're expecting him to throw the live hitters this series against the Yankees. My question is, and I know this is not necessarily not a medical question, but more of we're getting it from a medical standpoint, but you are a doctor and just you are a fan. Do you think Shohei should continue pitching?
I mean, I guess, yeah, I kind of do, because he's like such a unicorn. He almost, like, I don't want to say he won MVP as a DH last year, going 50 home runs and 50 plus stolen bases, but it's still part of the allure is how devastating he can be at both positions, or from the plate and from the mound, and nothing that you've seen since Babe Ruth, and he was playing against like coal miners and stuff. I mean, let's be honest. I don't think every era is different, but I would say the competition now and the level of training you got to be to excel is probably a little different than it was in the 30s. So like 100 years ago. So it's like, if and when are you ever going to see someone like this again?
Oh,
I would say this: he's had 2 Tommy John surgeries now. So I mean, if he blows it out a third time, then I think you're done. I think whatever he has left after this second surgery, but if he has another setback and another elbow issue down the road, and you're talking about like a third surgery, I think at that point he probably just has to kind of say, you know what, I'm just kind of focusing behind the plate. But I'd let him go out there this hopefully, and it won't happen again, or we won't see that. But
yeah, because like you said, you want to see him pitch because that's the lure of him. That makes him Shohei. That makes, man, after what we saw last year, just as a DH, it's like, and he started off slow, but he's starting to pick up now. But 50 home run, you can't do that if you're pitching. I don't think. So
yeah.
That's why I say that. So let's stick with baseball. Brian Harper X-ray came back negative. He got hit by the Braves. Was it yesterday or the day before? It was yesterday. What's today? 28? Yeah, yesterday. Got hit in the elbow with the Braves. Do you think, like I said, it came back negative, but do you think he will miss time?
I think he could miss a little time. I mean, I watched it back. It was 95, 96 straight to the elbow. It looked like that was more bone than padding where it probably struck. So, I mean, the good news is nothing obviously fractured on the X-ray, but I mean, if he has a bone bruise, which he has to have, let's put it that way, I mean, that's still really painful. It probably irritated some nerves. And if he's having trouble probably extending his elbow and swinging, then I don't think it's going to be a long stint, or they might not even put him. I don't think they've put him on the formal IL at this point. But I guess I wouldn't be surprised if he's out at least a few games until the pain and the swelling's down, and he can kind of just at least move his arm like he will need to do to swing a bat. Maybe he starts more like DHing again kind of thing. But
so when you say I know negative, that means he didn't break anything or what have you, but why is it that we just get that part? Because that's basically what the X-ray is for, is just to see if he broke something, right?
Yeah. Okay. I mean, because if it was bad enough, yeah, you can see a crack or a fracture on the X-ray. Now I didn't see it reported. There's a chance they still could have probably done an MRI scan to actually then look at the soft tissue and see how much fluid is in the bone from the bone bruise where he got hit. So they may have done that just to kind of follow up off that initial X-ray. But again, it's usually a good sign when the X-ray is negative. It just means it's not so obvious that you see a clear fracture. So,
okay. And then Caitlin Clark, she's dealing with a strained left quadriceps muscle injury, and she's slated to be out at least 2 weeks. Just knowing about this injury, where do you see her realistically coming back?
Yeah, this one, I don't know if they're just kind of being. This one's kind of weird, where I think she had issues with that leg in the preseason, but they came out and said that this injury has nothing to do with like when she sat out a little bit in the preseason. And I still think if I'm not mistaken, she still played the whole game. I think it was against the Liberty. Mm-hmm. It's not like, I think you saw something where she like had to like come out like mid-game kind of thing. So I don't know. I'm a little curious, kind of just the extent of it. Apparently she did have an MRI scan, and it must have showed some edema or inflammation in her quad. I'd say quads are a little more unusual than like hamstrings and calves and some of the other lower extremity muscles, but still possible. So just because I don't think there was some kind of sudden traumatic injury that you could obviously see, and she played the whole game. I almost feel like it's maybe a little bit of, hey, let's kind of make sure this is right and we don't like have something linger through the season or get worse. Like if this was the playoffs, I bet she would still be out there. So I guess I wouldn't be surprised if after 2 weeks she's back. Obviously, and of course she's big for sales and tickets, and I'm sure they want her back as quickly as possible. Whether you like her or you don't like her, she puts people in the seats. So I'm sure there's a lot of external pressure for her to be back. So I think Indiana's probably just trying to be smart and making sure that this is just a short-term thing. And I wouldn't be surprised if it is just a 2-week thing from what I can interpret so far.
So if what I'm hearing correctly is with a quadricep muscle injury, a strain, you can kind of play through that versus a hamstring.
I think it's easier to play through it, but it's still uncomfortable and it's still part of running and jumping and everything else. So again, if you don't give it the proper attention and treatment, it can turn into something, more chronic and long-term, just like any muscle soft tissue injury.
Okay. And before we let you go, we got to talk about football and all of that good stuff. And so the Washington Commanders started OTAs today. Man, so how do you look at something like this? Because I'm not going to lie, I cringe. I know they got to go out here and they got to practice. It was my first time ever been. I was out there for the Falcons, covering, and I got to see them do OTAs. It's raining. They still playing in the rain. I'm kind of like, it wasn't raining hard, but it was like, I'm shocked that they're outside because I'm like, what if somebody get hurt? But don't you worry, just being a doctor and everything, do you worry about this time of, man, you don't want no players pulling anything? Because they're not going 100%, but they were still playing, though. They're not hitting, but they're running.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, we've had the talks. I mean, there's an argument. Well, part of the reason you see more injuries is because they aren't playing in the preseason or getting proper conditioning. And then by the time they're out there week 2, week 3, you're seeing more injuries. So I don't know. I think it's a fine line, like trying to balance, getting the appropriate prep and trying to get up to game speed while not doing too much and risking further injury. So, yeah, I mean, to some degree, you probably do cringe a little bit, but I kind of think it's necessary. The hope is most of those guys have, it's important to, I'm sure, take a step back, shut things off, take a little break in the off season, get your mind and body right. But I think most of those guys who are true pros are still taking care of their bodies so that hopefully it's not like a shock when they're starting the initial like mini camps and voluntary workouts and then OTAs kind of thing. So I think it's probably the guys that slack off and get lazy and don't do anything and then like show up and are out of shape and 10 pounds overweight that probably are the higher risk type of guys. But again, I think most people understand that now and I think do a pretty good job staying in shape as best they can in the off season.
All right, Doc, we definitely appreciate you, man. And hey, good luck, man. Are they going to take this? Do you think he's going to, now that they have family, is he going to take a step back? Or you think, what you think?
No, what happened? I guess Mace didn't want to hang, but
let me tell y'all something real quick. Technology is not our friend.
Okay.
Technology is not our friend. They keep telling us they're gonna upgrade and improve this, and you go get this and do this. What does it do? It pops out. I'm sorry, guys.
No, all good. Were you saying, do I think like the team and or Jaden Daniels is going to take a step back?
Jaden Daniels. Do you see him? And not even a setback, but just because film is out. Do you worry that because film is out, like so what we saw with CJ Stroud in the sense?
No, I was gonna say I don't think you're gonna see and I don't think CJ Stroud had per se a bad year. But
that's my point, right? And that's my point. Like he didn't have a bad year, but
he had like an average year where there were high expectations after what he did in his rookie season. I'd like to think you're not necessarily going to see Daniels in the same situation. Yes, they have a harder schedule, but they have more weapons that they're building around him and a better offensive line. And I like to think now coming in, same coordinator, same system, knowing the playbook, all those factors. I don't know if they'll have, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they don't go 12-5 again. I could see them 10-7 or even 11-6, maybe somewhere in there. So maybe the record's not as good, but I wouldn't expect a big regression at all from Jaden Daniels, just from what I've seen and how he prepares and what they've done in the offseason to try to ensure his continued success. But I guess we'll see.
Doc, since I didn't get to ask my medical questions, and I had medical questions, I want to add to that what you just said, because when I look at Jaden, when I look at you guys' team, and we talked about it last year, how that was probably going to be the worst team that he played on last season. When you look at the additions that you guys had, you just talked about the continuity with the OC. That is huge. And I think with CJ, along with the injuries, CJ team was not healthy for the most part.
Yeah. Especially like late. Yeah.
I think that Debo signing, I think Debo has so much to prove. And I think giving you guys a weapon like that, and he doesn't have to run like route. We know he's not that guy. He's really like a gadget guy. With Cliff Kingsbury mindset, dog, y'all gonna be scary, dog. Dog, you should be loading up around here, kind of happy around here, dog. You should be ready to pop off, dog.
I still have two things on my wish list. I gave up on a home run running back, but the guy we took in the 7th round could surprise some people. But yeah, we still need an edge rusher. Hendrickson, if you're listening, come to Washington or Clowney. I'll take Clowney if Clowney wants to come hang too. But and then we need to lock down my guy Scary Terry and get his contract extension so that he's taken care of going in the season. So those are the two things we still need, and then I'll feel happy.
Yeah, I think Scary Terry gonna get done. He's who saw that coming out of Ohio State? What he's giving that team? Jesus Christ!
Yeah, third round pick. So
yeah. I just think this is my take on it. I don't think he's gonna have a setback. I think he'll be a better quarterback, of course, but I just think that I won't say I think. I'm just wondering. To me, what CJ did, it wasn't that CJ took a step back. I don't think he did in the beginning. I just think it was more of we have tape and film on him, so we kind of know tendencies. This is the NFL, so everybody look at. We know tendencies, but as Mace pointed out, when you have someone like Cliff in your corner, and that joker know how to. That's what he knows: football offense.
Yeah,
he's going to be able to.
He knows it,
and it might not even be just on Jaden, like you said, Mace. Now a reverse screen or something where it's not. You got all these gadgets because you still got. Do y'all still have what's the running back, Eckler?
We still have Eckler. He's a little past his prime, but he's still solid. And then we picked up that gadget receiver from Virginia Tech, Lane, that led the country in punt and kickoff returns, and would have blown it out at receiver more if they had a quarterback who could throw him the ball. If you watch,
quarterback at Virginia Tech. The Hokies were terrible at quarterback.
So Jalen Lane is we snuck him in the 4th round, but they're talking about him as maybe being the most exciting of our picks in the whole draft. So I think he's going to be a nice gadget-ish weapon that Kingsbury is going to be able to deploy in addition to Debo. And Scary Terry and everything else. Plus, we got 2 brand new offensive tackles with the Tunsil trade, and then drafting Conley in the first round. So again, we shore up that offensive line, give him more time in the pocket as well.
And he's been in the weight room, Doc. Jake's been in the weight room.
Yeah. It looks. I mean, I'm hoping that doesn't like slow him down too much. But yeah, you also gotta kind of protect the frame. So
yeah. Jay, he looks like, whenever your mom is like the lead story in your off-season activities, that means you're doing right. You're doing something right.
Doing a good job. You're doing a great job. So yeah,
that's true.
But all right, Doc. Well, man, we definitely appreciate
His
you,
mama.
man.
Oh, Lord, mama.
And we'll see you next week.
All right, fellas.
We're
Sounds
glad to
good.
look for it, man. Be safe.
Appreciate you, Doc. My internet will be better next week. I'm gonna throw that one away. I'm gonna throw that route away. Throw that away.
Good. All good. All right,
Doc.
fellas.
All right. So Mace,
I mean, that thing I'm just talking, and that thing's like, whoa.
That's how I do, man. That's how I do.
Gremlins, dog. Gremlins.
WNBA, dog. The dream, man. Wow. They had a close game. It was a good game against LA, but they battled, and Ryan and Alicia did their thing. But I think right now the most valuable player, I believe, is, I didn't see the Dallas game, and I didn't see the Connecticut. I watched a little bit of it. But still, I think, to me, it's Brianna Jones. Not the fact that she's scoring a lot, but her presence, her knowing basketball, knowing how to play, read the rebounding, the being someone in the middle, it just, like, man, and you just see it working, and they're getting better each game. And then again, Brittany's been out the last 2 games.
Yeah.
Jordan hadn't been back.
Yeah.
So once they get those people back, what's her name? Popco? What? How you say her name?
Oh yeah, Pow.
Pow. Yeah, Pow. I'm tripping. Pow. Yeah. Pow is hurt. So once all of these people come back,
right?
I don't know. And man, I didn't know this, dog, but so putting these videos out and watching the fans and all of that, when I tell you everybody is loving Atlanta now, Atlanta's starting to be a fan favorite of the WNBA.
Yeah. Our games are always sold out. Our games are lit. We have a nice roster put together. And then, whenever, you get a BG and what she brings, anytime you get a South Carolina baller, that's going to bring eyes. But we're playing. We are night and day from where we were last year. Night and day. And like I say, we got 2 South Carolina girls. We got 2 South Carolina girls. And Alicia, you already know how I feel about Alicia.
Yeah.
I already
Alicia, that's my girl, man. She's so chill.
She is like that. She is definitely like that. So again, the coaching is so much better. Like I say, no knock on what we had going on the last couple of years, but you can just see the adjustments. You can see we held on the players too long last year. Coach just had her faves, and she was just going, hey, when the ship was going to go down, she was going to go down with those players. They're not here. We're a much better team.
And then I like Coach, man. I like the way he looks at the game. I like the way he sees the game. He sees it. He looks at it in a way where it's not, I don't know, like he's on some futuristic type stuff when he looks at the game. The way he goes about the game is like, you know what? You don't see that. You don't see that though a lot with coaches, especially in the WNBA. But he has like a point guard mentality when it comes to this team.
Yeah. And like I say, when we get those players back, especially when we get JC back, I think with the offense is gonna because you have that true vet point guard who just understands how everybody needs to get the ball the pace and the tempo of the game. I'm excited about this team.
All right, let me ask you this: who is the best player in the WNBA? To me, it's between two players, but I'm gonna tell you, I'm as of today,
Best player in the WNBA
right now. We're not talking. We're not looking at past the because I know Aja will be the clear cut, and even if she is now, like I can say she is now, but I'm saying I don't want to say
right now.
Right now,
her former teammate in LA right now.
Who?
Lucky Lefty. Point guard.
What's her name? Who
just got traded to LA?
Spark? You talking about Plum?
Kelsey Plum.
No.
Yeah.
Ain't no way.
Yeah, I'm biased.
Okay.
It's a reason I said that.
I love Kelsey though. Kelsey is
my dude gonna catch this. Only did it for shells.
Like you say,
my answer to any WNBA questions, I always Kelsey Plum. It's for my dude shells.
Like you say, she is like that though. She is.
Yeah.
I think it's Nafisa, dog.
Well, listen. She is on the way.
Because right now, I mean, she just won. I mean, whatever, but she just won WNBA Player of the Week. She won. Yeah. But she right now, she can put up 30 easily and dominate defensively. She's the best defensive player, I believe, in the game. She's the best defensive player in the game.
Yeah,
but
can she handle the big dog when it matters most?
Her offensive game has no weakness, dog. Her fadeaway, her stop and pop, she can drive, she can shoot the three. Like,
but it was like that last year though. Okay, it was like that last year.
I mean, that's why I thought she was. I thought last year, I thought she started building momentum after the second half last year. And I think because that's why her team. I mean, now she got some dogs on her team too, but that's why they got to the finals last year.
Yeah.
But Nafisa, I know everybody want to say Asia, and I'm not knocking.
It's easy to say. That's why I wasn't gonna say it. It's easy. But when it's crunch time, Asia gonna be there.
Right. And that's why I got Pheese, because Pheese is like that now. She's to the point where crunch time, she gets the ball, she's going to score. Yeah. Can't nobody stop her right now. No one can stop her.
Yeah. It's early. It's early on. It's early on.
But a defense, she's the best defender. I believe in it. In W.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I'm gonna tell you what's wild. And the way they broke up that Connecticut team.
Yeah.
Just sent like
everybody.
I don't know what was going on in that locker room. Yeah. But when I tell you they sent pieces everywhere.
Yeah. They broke that team up. You talking about saying, all right, we're gonna do a destruction, or they were for real. They didn't keep just one. They sent Dewana went to Indy.
Yeah.
They sent what?
They got Dallas.
Dallas. Yeah.
We get all of you.
Alyssa went to LA. Like Brianna went. It was just like, man, what? Nah, they blew that. I don't know what happened. I want to ask Brianna, like, what happened? Why y'all? What? But yeah, but either or. All right, man. About these Braves, dog. Why we can't get right, dog? Why the Braves can't get right?
It's just the same old. Our bats and pitching don't work at the same time. Don't work. We get a great pitching outing. We can't hit the baseball. Well, Carlton on one tonight. Carlton must be drinking, Carlton. I need to get a drink too. Let's see if I got some over here on the bar right quick, because Carlton, you want one?
Not the old one. But yeah, but Mace,
we can't. We're not playing consistent team baseball. Like I say, you look at the other night. I mean, now we're straying 10 runners.
Right.
And we can't get a hit to save our life. And we're getting very good pitching. Oh, and then by the way, Bryce Harper gets thrown out the game. We still can't get nothing going. This team, and usually I just blame everything on Snit. I'm not gonna blame it on Snit. Not right now. I'm not gonna blame it on Snit. I still want Snit up out of here. But we're just not a, the good baseball teams, the teams that win and they consistently gonna win, always win 7 out of 10. And that's how they sustain through the year, and that's how they kind of build that lead and start running away with the division. They get the timely hitting, they get the great starting pitching, or if they have to go middle relief, the middle relief can hold it down 2-3 innings to bridge the gap to the closer. But when you can hit that baseball, and listen, the excitement of Cunha coming back, I get it, but everybody in the lineup has to hit. It can't just be him.
Yeah, it just can't be. And I thought I was waiting for some bats to get going. I know Ozzy finally got going Sunday.
Yeah,
he looked good Sunday. But speaking of Cunha, dog, I promised I put this on everything I love. I knew it. I said when I was going, I was driving to the stadium. I said he gonna hit one out the park. I know he is. First, sure enough, for him to do it 2 days in a row.
Dude, my brother won $80 on Prize Picks. Yeah, he took a Cunha Jack. Yeah, he was scared to play it the second night, but that first night, that's the kind of electricity that man, that guy has so much juice, and you just. Yeah, we're lucky to have that guy in Atlanta, man. We're lucky to have that guy night in, night out. His enthusiasm for the game is unbelievable.
It is, and I had to ask him. See, I asked him about the John Morant. I was gonna see if he's gonna say it or not. And I asked him like, "When you get the celebration there?" And he said and it's funny because the interpreter was there. He didn't even wait for the interpreter. NBA, John Morant.
Listen, he don't need no interpreter, man. That dude just stealing money now.
Yeah, I know.
I tell people all the time. What y'all think Mike Harris and them be out there talking about? Mike Harris don't know a lick of no other language but English. Acuna just be out there running his mouth, man. Dude is stealing money right now.
I know.
Get that man out the payroll, Acuna.
I know. Hey, because most of the questions that was asked, he was answering them before the interpreter said something to him. I'm like, so he just don't feel comfortable speaking English, or he's just chilling. That's what Shohei was doing for a minute.
Yeah.
Coming to dugout, they all laughing. How you talking, dog? Like what? But yeah, man. So all right, man. Let me ask you the question of the night. You excited to see Shohei and Judge go against each other, right?
Oh yeah. Come on now.
That's must-see TV.
Yeah. Come on now.
Okay. Question of the night. Carlton, you could join in. You've been doing this all night with us, bro. Whoever else is watching, here we go. What is the greatest finish in the sports contest, whether it's tennis, basketball, football, with the college, whatever it is, baseball, that you got to see in sports, right? While it was happening live.
Greatest finish.
I don't want to be biased.
I'm
not going to be biased. And I'm like you. Sometimes I wish, like, I don't know why they keep saying he played for the Washington Wizards, but that game 6, man, and then maybe it's because Bulls and all that, but that game 6, bro, and it was right after my mom passed too. My mom just passed.
Oh man,
right, game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals,
dude,
the day of. So it was like he had to win it. My mom, whatever,
right?
But that last shot, and he stood up on his tippy toes and watched it go in.
He kept it up there. Yeah,
Dude, that was.
I mean, yeah, and Speaking of like again, hometown moment, dude. For me, it had to be 95. Braves win the World Series, but the fact that my childhood idol coming up out of Red Oak, watching Marquise Grissom, my dad and my uncle coach Marquise Grissom. For him to get the last out was just so poetic. A hometown kid came home and was able to win. Marquise Grissom probably was like in that era right now, probably was the best football player in the state, the best basketball player in the state, and we definitely knew the best baseball player in the state. But for him to just like stick to baseball,
right,
have such a great career in Montreal, then I can remember when the trade happened and when he was coming home, my dad and my uncle, it was just so crazy. And to know he was moving, he had just bought a house in Fayetteville, like house he stays in is like maybe 10 minutes from my mom and dad's. And it was just crazy to go down to Turner Field at the time and like see my guy who has pictures all over the house of him from 7 and 8, 9 and 10, 11 and 12 for my dad, because when they went to 13 and 14, that was my dad and my uncle came back down to start coaching us.
Right.
And it was just to see him, and like we would go to his high school game when he was at Lakeshore. And we went to a couple of games when he was at FAM. And man, that last out, like you just like, I mean, who else would make the last out? And for us to be sitting there, we were sitting in right field. And the ball went kind of like left center because he kind of just drifted over, caught it, and then, you know, I got the picture of it. He got his hands in the air. He was like, dude, the odds of the Atlanta kid on the team catching the final out, oh, dude. I got goosebumps right now just thinking about it. Like, dude, magic for me, dog.
I can dig it. Carlton says, I'm with you. For y'all who listening to this podcast, for me, it was the Bills Oilers game. The Bills is down 35-3.
Yeah.
Went into the fourth quarter and the Bills battled back and won. Yeah, that was crazy.
The crazy part about that game, Warren Moon, everybody knows Warren Moon is my favorite, one of my favorite quarterback. And to just see how they just start coming back in that game. And you just like,
see, and I was that.
Ain't no way they're gonna win this game.
And you know what? I didn't get to see that live. I was at church, so when I came home, I think I seen the end of it. And you know, it was like a close game. It was in overtime, but I saw the game I saw live. Another game I saw live. It was flipped, Carlton, when the Titans beat the Bills on that on the kickoff at the end of the game when they were down with Rob Johnson as the quarterback for the Bills, and it was a wrap, and you thought the game was over, and then next thing you know, the last play of the game, to kick it off with 3 seconds left, Lorenzo Neal passed it back to Wycheck.
Yeah.
He give it to Wycheck, and then Wycheck throw it to was it Dyson?
Yeah.
Kevin Dyson. And like that was unbelievable. Like to watch that, and it was like, is this happening? Like, is this real? And then the fact that you didn't know if it was a lateral or not. You know, if it was gonna be that was like.
I'm gonna do you one better with that. Jonathan Kabir, myself, who else was with the game? So I got shout out to Robert Hicks. Robert Hicks played for the Buffalo Bills. We were at the game, the Music City Mirror. Dude, as they were kicking out, Hicks, his teammate that Eric Mose.
Okay. Well, yeah.
They were hyping up the crowd.
Right.
They're like, man, we're finna stop this kid. It is gonna be a ball game. So Hicks hyping the crowd. We're telling Hicks, like, turn around, because you know when they threw it back, like you could clearly see from where we
like it was looking.
Nobody's gonna get it. We like, Hicks, turn around. He just, man, y'all get it up, bro.
Oh man.
And so when So the stadium got so loud once he kind of crossed the 40. So that's when Hicks them kind of like, what's going on? And they looking at the Jumbotron.
Yeah, that was crazy. And it was crazy just because of the fact that you just not the last kick. That never works. That never works. This is not Cal versus Stanford or whoever that was. Like, you know, it that don't work like that. So it was like watching that live. I remember where I was.
Shout out to Robert. Shout out to Big Hicks, man. This was as close Buffalo was gonna be to Atlanta. So we all like, man, we gonna beat y'all over at Nashville. We got tickets because we were supposed to went to Buffalo. It was just too cold. We went to a game in Buffalo. It was just too cold. We were like, bro, we was out there pregame. Nah, bro, we gonna be in that apartment. Nah, we're not sitting out here at Orchard Park. No,
right.
It's too cold. We don't even have the right gear.
Right.
We got Atlanta gear, not Buffalo gear.
Right. Oh yeah.
Nah. So with them being that close, Buffalo being in Nashville, me and Kabil still laughing. If they show that game, like if we say we flip on NFL Network, I get Hicks on the phone. I be like, "Hey, they showing me. I don't want to see that. Man. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that game, dude. Crazy ending that game.
Another game when I was younger, I remember live like comeback was that 49ers comeback, the drive from the but I don't know which one was better. I guess it was in the Super Bowl, so it's got to be 49ers. Denver was more exciting because they were on the road, but 49ers starting from their own, what was that, the 8-yard line, I believe.
Yeah.
You know, Denver was at the 3, but I watched both of those drives when Denver came back to beat Cleveland, and when they came back in overtime, then they end up with kicking a game-winning field goal. But 49ers, that drive, I would never forget that. You know what I'm saying? With Joe Montana driving the length of the field and that touchdown like that, and to be in the Super Bowl, that you didn't see that back then, whatever.
Yeah.
Like I said, I watched that. I remember watching that live. I'm trying to think anything but college football.
The probably the first time I really understood my mom was competitive. The Cowboys, this was the year the Falcons were the number 1 seed. Falcons were the number 1 seed. Grits, blitz, all of these things. And the Dallas Cowboys came to Atlanta. Fulton County Stadium, cold as hell. Cold as hell outside. My favorite quarterback, Roger Staubach, gets hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Danny White comes in. Oh, by the way, Falcons up 14-0.
Mm-hmm.
2 big bomb, one bomb to my college receiver coach, Alfred Jenkins. Another bomb to Alfred Jackson. Falcons up 14-0. Staubach gets hurt. In come Danny White. Cowboys end up beating the Falcons. And this is probably the year the Falcons could have probably won Super Bowl. They were that good. The ride home in the car, again, I'm a Cowboy fan. My dad a Cowboy fan. We in the car, we just celebrating. We had a burgundy Thunderbird. We get in the car, man, with dad, we high five. We get in the car, my mama slammed the door. She said, "Don't nobody say nothing till we get to the house." So, you know, I'm a kid. I'm looking at my dad like, "Do we stop talking?" He was like, silent all the way home. We get to the house. Dude, I'm scared because now, like, we didn't talk from Fulton County Stadium all the way home. Now we get to the house. I'm looking for my dad. I'm waiting on my dad to just say something because my dad a trash talk. Got out that car. He went to the front seat, opened the door. Oh, now went to my room. I was like, maybe my mama the illest person in this house.
Right.
Crazy, dog. Crazy. That game was on a Sunday. My mama probably didn't talk to us till like Thursday. Never forget that, dog.
What mama though?
I used to get in trouble at practice in college. I would always bring it up to Coach Jenkins. I was like, Coach, how y'all up 14 and lose to the Cowboys? Take off running, Maceo. Take off running. Take off running. I would have to run.
I'm gonna tell you the illest. I would tell you the illest regular season live thing was the illest was when Golden State played OKC. When Steph hit that like almost half court shot to win the game. It was it was on a Saturday night.
Yeah,
it was a Saturday night, and because that game was crazy. I was at a restaurant, and all the men, we was out with at that time with my wife and all that, and also all the men was with the wives, and we just went to the bar to watch the game. And I remember Steph came back, and when he hit that shot, dog, I didn't know. This is when Steph was. It was like you knew he was a great shooter, but it was really starting to build. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like now we expect him to hit that.
Yeah.
At that point, we didn't expect him to hit.
The legend was growing.
Man, he hit that shot. It was just like at the end you just knew, okay, there's something wrong with this dude. This dude is not right. It's
special.
Let's check him. Oh, I gotta say one more. I hated the Kirby Puckett home run, but in the World Series, but more so the Joe, what was the name? Joe, but Toronto Blue Jays. Joe. God, what's his last name?
Yeah, whoa, number 20.
Yeah, and he hit that home run, and he was kind of like going down the side. Like, I would never forget that. That was I was a Toronto. I like the Blue Jays. Joe Carter. There you go.
Yeah.
Joe Carter. Appreciate that, Marlon.
Yeah.
Joe Carter. Yeah, that home run
with the powder blue uniform.
Yeah. Ain't no cowgirls or cowboy fans over here.
Yeah, ain't no cowboy fans over here, man. It's Rams game.
You're right, Marlon. He won 29.
It is so crazy. Now I got my Blue Jays. I got two Blue Jay throwbacks, and they both 29. Joe Carter,
yeah. Oh, and of course, how can we forget college? The Vince Young game.
I kind of want Texas to win. I was.
Oh yeah, you didn't want them to win.
Nah, I was over USC. I kind of want.
Oh yeah, I wanted Texas to win, but I'm just saying that I remember that live. I remember watching that live. Like
that game was so lit.
That game was sick, dog. That game was sick.
That game was so lit. I think we had a watch party at the crib. I think I had everybody at the crib. I had just got a I just got a new TV. I had just got like a 40-inch big booty TV. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that thing, it was flat in the front, but big old boot in the back.
Right.
Yeah. With the fire TV stand and the little surround sound speaker that my brother hooked up. Yeah. Wires everywhere, but we fixed that. We were just trying to get it set up for the game. Yeah.
And okay, one more last one. I'm just off the top of my head. Hold on. Marlon said Alabama versus Miami game was crazy too, and Thomas got ran down.
George T took the ball from ran down. What was extra special about that game? Because I was in college at the time. We had so many Miami guys on our team in the dorm, and we couldn't wait till they got back to school because we were like, finally they can shut up about the youth. Because the Miami and Georgia boy, we used to argue about everything every day. Them damn Miami guys, oh God, Carol City 305 to you. Hey, like, man, get out of here.
Okay, so two, the of course the Jordan sick game. That's one of them games that when I was trying not to cry. That when Jordan hit that game, when he hit that 3-pointer when he was sick, and he was sick. That was
The pizza game. It's not the flu
Yeah,
game. They need
right.
to change that to the pizza
pizza
game.
game, right? But the game that hurt my heart still. I hate watching it, but it was a great game, and the ending was crazy. It was with Reggie Miller. Cause see, I didn't see the Reggie Miller shooting. I was in church. I didn't see the one when he hit 9 points in 8 seconds. I was in church. I didn't see that, but the one I saw, of course, was the Memorial Day '98. This is the Monday before my mom passed. That Sunday. But anyway, still, I remember when Reggie Miller bumped Michael Jordan and hit that three. Remember, he was jumping around the circles. And then when Jordan came back, people forget this. It was like 0.45 seconds.
He almost knocked that thing down.
And he did like that and hit the three, and it rimmed out. Oh my God!
Yeah,
Every time I watch that, I feel like it's gonna go in. Like
he almost hit.
That was cold, bro. That's basketball. That was, man, two greats.
Yeah.
And Reggie, LeBron. Oh yeah, the LeBron 25 in the fourth quarter. Yeah, that was crazy too. That was crazy too. That was.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that damn Kyrie shot when they complete the 3-1 comeback on Golden State.
Oh yeah, that was sick too. Yeah, I remember
Kyrie
that.
Shot was stupid.
That ending of the game when LeBron pent that.
When LeBron ran out Steph, then he gave Steph that little like little ninja. You trying to put that little ninja? Like, talk that talk, Bron.
Right. Look at that. See, this is what I'm saying. I'm gonna give her a shout out. I can't believe this. This is what I don't like. I mean, I love it, but this is scary. My baby on here. Hey baby.
Yeah,
I love it.
That's what they do.
I love it.
Summertime school out.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm going. I love it.
Out, man. See. iPad in hand, phone in the other hand, TV on. Yeah, just running up to George Powell.
Yeah.
Therm, the thing I said, Therm's just.
That's baby girl. Shout out to baby girl. But yeah, man, that was something, man. That I remember that was. I went live after that game because I was so happy that they lost. Yeah. That's when I started hating Golden State because I was cool with Golden State. I rooted for them the series before when they won them 73. When they won those 73 games, Mace, I was like, oh heck no.
See how they love to hate you.
Yep. You ain't about to take up my Bulls. That was the first time I ever rooted for LeBron James. I couldn't stand LeBron James, man, because he was the threat to us. First time I ever rooted for LeBron James ever. But I had to, dog. Y'all can't. What Jordan say? It don't mean a thing if you don't get that ring.
Yeah.
That's all I kept saying.
Yeah.
But all right, man. We gonna end the show. We're gonna end the show on a good note, just talking about that. How about that? But, hey, man. Great show, man. And you know, like we do, we have fun, man. Always fun.
That's wild.
But look, y'all already know what it is, man. We know if y'all hear this music, you should already know what it means. It means that it's time to let you go. But before we let you go, we have a couple of shout outs, and stay tuned because you might be part of it. First off, I want to give a shout out to the Almighty God for giving me this platform to do what I do, say what I say, make you all upset, mad, happy, want to give me the stop it button. God, I appreciate it. Also, I want to shout out to my dog, my guy to the right of me, Mace. What you got to say, dog? Anything you got to say?
Just be a good person, everybody. I can't stress that. Just be a good person, man. Can't stress that enough, man. Just be a good person.
That's it, man. That's it. Also, shout out to Dr. Fowler, Donnie Fowler III for coming on, like always. Shout out to everybody that's, that watch the show. Shout out to Carlton and Marlon. Shout out to my baby girl, Kakai. Don't probably get another shout out in a minute. Yeah. The Vincent Fantasy Juru to PJ, Cuz, Wanell, Jacob. Hey, man. Also, shout out to my lovely children, my nieces, nephews, uncles, brothers, sisters, cousins, aunties, uncles, play cousins, grandparents. Hey, make sure you love on family. Let family know it. Let family be able to feel it while they're still alive. Love on them, man. Also, watch some good sports. You got NBA playoffs right now. You got NHL hockey. You got what else we got? MLB. We got college baseball going on right now. Hey, drink good, drink responsibly. Until then, next week, same time, same show, same crazy host, same sports nonsense. And shout out to Miss Shirley, as Carter say.
Yeah.
When you miss me, we out. Peace.
Killer kill.
Killer kill, baby.
Yeah, Adamville, let's go.
What up, y'all? You know who it is, your boy Kiss. Right now, you checking out the 3-point conversion.